I am BIZ.
I'm FLACKO. We Rush to Go Does Bullies. You know, we here with one of our pups that we had that was a fading pup. We got him back from the emergency C-section from Fat Baby, and when he left, he was doing good. When we got him back, he was, you know, real lethargic. He couldn't latch on. He just wasn't doing good. He was the smallest of the puppies, and as you see, I'll even bring in another one for comparison. This is a healthy boy. Get a little close up on his face, you know. This is a Chop and Fat Baby puppy. Yeah, Chop and Fat Baby puppy. But yeah, so we're gonna get into what we've gone through before we figured out how to save a pup.
Yeah, man, I had a bunch of situations. Now, I lost a few puppies, man. It's real depressing. I lost a few puppies here and there. That's something that people don't usually talk about. It kind of make it seem like everything always goes smooth, and it doesn't. It doesn't always go smooth. We didn't ran through a couple of hundred puppies, and in that amount of puppies, you can imagine, I probably lost like 10.
And I lost the whole litter, so that was at least 6. So that's just one time. So, you know, there's a lot you can do if you know the signs ahead of time.
Yeah, I actually lost a whole litter to Parvo, 2022, from in between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Same, both at the same time. But some of these steps will help if you have puppies in Parvo. You just have to know these steps in order to save the pup, because Parvo has a form of a fading pup in it. Even though it gets the symptoms, you can still, with these same steps, you can save your fading pup also from Parvo. You know, there's just a couple extra things you need, but we'll touch on that on another subject matter.
So fading pup syndrome, the first sign that you may notice is they'll stop eating and kind of like isolate, kind of like be lethargic, won't be moving around or snuggling up on the mom as usual like the other dogs.
Another sign is drop in temperature. You want to make sure that the pup is warm. So drop in temperature is another thing, as well as a constant whining and not trying to get anywhere. So if the pup's isolated, it's a little cold, and it's whining a lot, that means that you might have an issue and you need to check it out.
That's a big giveaway. Sometimes that whining is that alarm. That's that alarm. You're like, no matter what, this pup is always just, that whining will alert you that something's wrong.
Yeah, and so one of the things you want to make sure is that you have, in your first 4 days, you got to have an environment in between 85 and 90. You want to make sure you keep a nice hot room. It may be uncomfortable for you, but for these little guys, it's crucial. You can gradually decrease it by the 7th to 10th day, down to 80, then to 72 by the 4th week. So, you know, this guy is almost 4 weeks, so we're starting to drop down the temperature, but in the beginning, it's critical to have these puppies at a certain temperature. Why? Because this little guy's belly won't digest food if he's not a certain temperature. So before you feed this guy, if he's a fading pup, you want to make sure his temperature is right. So you got to take it rectally. That means you got to get a little thermometer. I got one in here somewhere, but I didn't bring it to the table.
I can grab it. Go for it.
So one thermometer, this one here is the little one. That's the little baby thermometer. That's the one you want right there for little babies. This next one is for a little bit bigger puppies, because like you say, even with Parvo, you gotta check the temperature. So what you do is you insert that into its rectum about, what do you say, Connor, about like
1 to 2 centimeters.
1 to 2 centimeters in. Get a temperature. If it's below the 96 to 99 mark, then you have an issue. You want to make sure you warm that puppy up, because anything you put inside this puppy's belly is going to be toxic to it, because it's just going to sit, it's going to rot, they're going to start throwing up, losing more fluids.
So how do you warm a puppy up?
All right, so in order to warm this puppy up, you're gonna need either an incubator, or if you don't have an incubator, a heating pad. You have to keep that puppy on the heating pad. You don't need one as fancy as this. This one has, you want one that has settings though, heat settings. This one has vibration and all that stuff. You don't need that. You just need the heat. So you want to make sure that that puppy is on that heating pad and that it raises temperature. You don't want the puppy too hot because it can dehydrate and that's bad for it. So you want to monitor its temperature as it's getting up there and as it's warming up. And so you don't really want to put cold formula in a warm baby either. That's not a good thing either. It drops their temperature and then they won't be able to eat. They won't be able to dissolve it into their belly and, you know, make them better. So your milk has to be between 95 and 100. You can't give it anything lower. Anything hotter will burn it. So common sense will tell you don't give the dog hot ass formula. That's not gonna go.
So what kind of formula we talking about? Baby formula?
All right, we got a big tub of pup back here. We're gonna grab that, bring it into the scene. It was really big, so didn't want to have it sitting here. This is what we use. You can use goat milk. Goat milk is really good too. You know, if you have a steady stream of it, we just don't have any on hand right now. So Puppy-Bac is a good thing to give them. Not only that, when you have fading pup, you want to have fading pup puppy support. This stuff right here, you gotta have some of this. This right here is detrimental, as well as some type of colostrum. You gotta have some type of colostrum. You can't be without this. This right here is like super. It's like giving a toddler a whole cup of sugar. That right there gets them going, gets them pumped up, gets them ready to eat. If your pup has diarrhea during this time, you want to get some of this. Let's see. You want to get something like this, a probiotic. A probiotic will help your pup maintain its moisture. Everybody knows diarrhea will dry you out. You ask how you feed this puppy during this time because it doesn't suck, right? Can't get nothing down like that. Tube feeding. Now, we will one day hopefully get you guys a video soon of how to do this. This here is very detrimental to your puppy living through fading puppy syndrome. So, I'm not a professional vet, but my personal experience with getting a puppy back through this is to take your fading puppy support, your Puppy-Bac milk, and some of this Lyte. Lyte is for the people who don't have syringes or subcutaneous fluids. I said that right?
Subcutaneous fluids.
Subcutaneous fluids. Though, if you don't have that, Lyte is absolutely detrimental to you because Lyte is like dog Gatorade. It has electrolytes. I'll read off what it has exactly. Hydrating with a balance of electrolytes, amino acids, and dextrose. I believe I said that right too.
And subcutaneous just basically means under the skin.
So with a puppy like this, you would get here on the thigh, here on the thigh, here on the shoulder, here on the shoulder, and under the neck. You want 3 cc's under the neck. You want a cc underneath each shoulder and a cc underneath each thigh.
Pull it up, stick it in.
It seems uncomfortable, but he's not used to people doing that, so don't worry about it. It's better him be uncomfortable than him fading on you, right? Another thing you need to check is if they're hydrated. You want to know if they're hydrated. You see how when we pull up his skin, he don't have much to grab right now because he's fat. It goes right back down. It snaps right out of our fingers. If it doesn't do that, you have a dehydrated puppy. That there is bad. You can't have a dehydrated puppy and bring it back for fading puppy syndrome. The fatal temperature for your puppies during this situation is 94 and below. If your puppy stays at 94 and below, you're going to lose that puppy. Bring that puppy onto a heating pad. If you don't have a heating pad, you can use a sock with rice in it. You microwave it. You don't want it too hot because it can burn the puppy if it's too hot, but you want it warm enough to where that puppy can get some warmth from it. You can do a microwave bag of water laid with a pillowcase over it. There's so many things you can do to warm up your puppy. Google is your best friend during this. Me and my kennel partner and my kennel hand will tell you, Google has also helped us a lot of this through this. Google and YouTube, which is why we're here, because we want our people to understand how to do this without having to go that route. But if there's something that you don't understand or you don't really know, don't be afraid to ask. You can hit us up. You can look through Google. But as you see, this puppy is doing fine. He's a week old. He's thick as can be. Grab the try one. We're gonna show you the puppy that was born naturally and everything, that was bigger than him, and you can be the judge and let us know if this puppy is really thriving or not. So this is the puppy that was born naturally, and she's never had an issue, and look at the difference. This boy was way skinnier than her. He was way skinnier than her. He was a little guy. And now look at him. Head bigger, body bigger. He's just a bigger pup, and he's got gains. He's gaining, sometimes 2 ounces a day, But this, if you follow I got it. What I'm gonna say is, you gotta mix the colostrum. Mix the colostrum with the puppy support, a little bit of pup light, and your puppy milk. You tube feed that to your puppy. You want to get it into his stomach. You want to make sure that it can make a noise, because if it doesn't make a noise and you hit his lung, and that's not good. So, wow, she's calm. That's crazy. She's never calm in my hands. This girl like to flip it and do everything. But yeah, you want to make sure that the puppy is good when you're feeding it. So don't hit the lung, but pretty much make sure you warm up your fluids to 95 to 100 degrees. You want to make sure you mix that stuff up good. Let it sit. Let it warm up. And after that, you want to feed it to your puppy. You want to do that every 2 hours, because puppies eat every 2 hours. Your puppy should be eating on his own within the 24 hours. If not, then there might be something more. There might be something else seriously wrong with your puppy. But if your puppy's just fading from low energy, and it's just, it hasn't adjusted to life, this is the way to do it. You want to inject your puppy with that mix. When we put out this video, we'll put in the comments exactly what we mix. The mix is determined off your puppy. So I'm not going to give you exact amounts and everything, because our puppy might not weigh the same as your puppy. We have a little puppy here, but we've had puppies that, have weighed, over a pound at birth and stuff. This puppy was way under a pound at birth. So it all depends on your puppy. And this isn't a mix that you can't just give to any puppy. This is a FADING pup formula for all. American Bullies, Frenchies, if you got a Labrador, as long as your dog gets to these temperatures and you keep your formula at these temperatures, you'll come through this A-OK. Anything you got to add to?
So when do you know you're in a safe zone? Because this puppy started fading at what age?
He started fading the day we brought him back from the hospital.
Which was a day old?
He wasn't even a day old. Like literally the night we came back with him, we noticed that we were gonna have to give him extra care. But to be honest, we just had a pup fade from this. So based off the knowledge that we had before, from that puppy to this puppy, we were able to save this puppy. The puppy that passed before this, it was literally temperature. Your temperature has to be on. If you don't have your temperature right, you're gonna lose your puppy. We literally lost it just as we got it up to temperature, but by that time it was too late. The puppy had already decided it was gonna go out. And when nature calls, nature calls. You can't really, you know, tell the Lord when to take its creatures. It just takes its creatures. So, to know you're in the safe zone is when your puppy is crawling to the mother and latching onto the nipple. You can also tell that it's latching onto the nipple if, can you hand me the feeder, the nipple feeder? This is also another important tool. This is a bottle feeder, but it's more accurate. You can get the exact amount you have to feed your dog, and when your dog sucks on this, it will, let's see if he'll do it. See? Oh, you hungry? He's like, there's nothing in there. But as your dog sucks on it, it will gradually come in. It helps because it doesn't choke on them. It helps not to get into their lung, and that way you don't have to use the aspirator. These things right here, you won't have to use these to get in there and suck it out because they have their own control with this. There's many of these type of feeders, but this one here is our favorite. You know, we had this with these puppies, and this here is our favorite. And as with the thermometers, there's two sizes: bigger puppies, littler puppies. This here isn't gonna go into this puppy's nose, not at all. But this one right here can get in there. This puppy has a very small nose, though. But yeah, as far as the safe zone, when your puppy can suck on this or the mom, you know that you are in the safe.
I think we'll have another video on aspiration.
Yeah.
So we can explain that. We have another video on tube feeding. We can explain that in detail.
You know, the important thing is that you guys kind of check in with us and let us know what you wanna sit in here and talk about. We can do this all day. We can literally quiet. As you chop. As you can hear, we're in here with the dogs, because that's us. That's what we do. You know.
So this is a success story right here. This pup was fading. This pup is back. So we had to get on here and let you guys see it for yourself. See what we just went through. We saved his life. And so can you, with the right information, right?
And yeah, with the right information, the right preparation. You know, what's the saying about preparation?
You have your P's together. Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Exactly. And poor performance means losing a puppy, you know, the whole 9 yards, you know. We'll get back on here and talk about parvo. That's another big thing that people kind of tiptoe around and people don't have a lot of knowledge about. Anything that you guys want to know, you know, just check in with us. We'll gladly sit here and we'll discuss this with you guys.
This is what I want to know. The saying is the P's and Q's, be on your P's and Q's. Now, obviously, I got the P's down. The proper preparation prevents piss poor performance and all that. But what is the Q's about, though? That's what I don't know what the Q's are. There's more than one Q, though, right?
Be on your P's and Q's. But, you know.
I've been always trying to figure out what the Q's is. If somebody knows what the Q's are, please let me know. Somebody put that in the comments.
Yeah. Please, that you got me thinking now. I'm like, man. Be on your P's and Q's, you know? Yeah. What is that? But we appreciate those who sat in with us. We got Aaron that just tapped in. I'm going to be a first-time experience with having puppies. You know, it's not as hard as people think if you get a dog from a breeder like us. If you don't get a dog from a breeder like us, you'll have an issue. Princess? No. You have an issue with, all right, so let me tell you like this. Most people bring a dog back from 8 weeks to 15. Want to know why? Because they get that dog home, the person didn't tell them what to do to keep them from pissing in their house. And nobody wants their dog pissing in their house. Be 100% honest with you. That's a deal breaker. If you're a man and you bring a dog home and they piss on your wife's floor, that dog leaving. Or she leaving. And I highly doubt you want to be shacked up with a dog and not a lady. So, get a dog from a breeder like us. Matter of fact, contact us. Let us know what you want. If we don't got it right now, just wait for it. You know? It's always good to wait for what you want instead of jump into it. You know? You can end up with a beautiful puppy from Rust to Gold Dust. Or you can end up with a dog that when people turn around, they be like, man, what was that? You don't want to be that person. Don't be the turn around, the person that people turn behind your back and be like, what was that? Be the person people look at and be like, I want your dog. That's the person you want to be.
We specialize in cutie pies.
That's
You get a dog with good mannerism, beautiful. We really specialize in cutie pies. All of our dogs are beautiful. This dog is going to turn out to be so beautiful. We'll keep you in touch with some updated pictures or something.
Yeah,
since this is a special pup that was fading, we're going to keep in touch with it no matter who ends up with it. You guys will see how she turned out, how he turned out.
Yeah, it would have been sad because he's the only boy. He's the only boy out that litter. It would have been real sad if he didn't make it. But look at that jet black fur he got. Look at him. He's pretty much all black all the way around. He has no white on his feet. He has one little patch of white right there on his chin, and I believe, yep, one little patch on his chest and neck. So he's predominantly all black. Chop is his dad, Fat Baby's his mama. And if you've seen either one of them, you know they're both very, very impressive dogs. Gorgeous, you know, beyond belief. See Aaron tab back here. Aaron is one of our very, very day one, you know, Rusties. You guys are all Rusties. You guys are Rusties. Aaron is a day one Rusty. You know, I can go back and probably find somebody longer, but, you know, Aaron taps in daily. Whenever we put up something, we can guarantee Aaron go tap in. Why don't y'all be like Aaron and tap in? You know? They got this new star system. Send us some stars, man. Let us know we doing good, you know? It's all about support. Support what you love. If you love us, support us, you know? Because when it comes to you guys wanting a dog from us, we're going to look out for you. We ain't going to try to rape your pockets. We're going to work with you. We fly the dogs personally to you. Like, literally, you show up at an airport, and here goes this handsome guy with an even handsomer puppy, delivered it to you with a smile, you know? You can ask anybody. They always show up. It's always a good pleasure meeting them. They always have a good time meeting me. And I'll literally come to any city you in. Me and my partner, we'll be at any city you in, any airport you choose, we'll be there.
So far, we got dogs where?
Vermont,
South Bend, Indiana,
New York,
Texas,
Pennsylvania,
California,
North Carolina and South Carolina, Texas, Kansas, California, Oregon, Idaho,
Nevada.
Yep, Denver. Man, there's probably some we missed, but if we missed you, Chicago, can't forget Chicago.
Oh yeah.
That dog really wasn't. That was a tough one right there for you. Chicago was a tough one. That dog gave me a hassle. I was the most embarrassed I've ever been on a dog trip, but you know, I made it. The dog made it. I threw away a whole travel case. That'll let you know how bad it was. I'm glad it happened 30 minutes before the plane landed.
we learned not to feed the dog before the trip on that one.
I already knew that. My friend here had to learn that one. But I had to deal with it. So
oh, shit.
You know, so Yeah, we're all over the place. We've been all over the place. We want people to trust us. We get a lot of people always talking about, how it's so hard to trust because they getting scammed. We just had somebody just recently reach out for a bully, got scammed for a Frenchie right after talking to us. And for those who follow us and watch us, please feel free to send reviews in, so people can read those reviews and know that we've been doing this for a while and that we're not out to scam nobody. We're not here to take nobody's money. We want people to have beautiful dogs like we got here. Without that, we wouldn't be here. Scammers don't last long. You get a couple dollars here and there, and then you out of there. But we here for the long haul. You know.
You dig?
So tune in with Russ the Gold Dust Bullies. We'll be having a lot more of these. We try to have some Q&As, have some game shows. You know, this is the start of our podcast. You know, so we're gonna need topics. Let us know what you would like to hear about. You know, one of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about all dog breeds. We ain't gonna just focus on our dog breed. We love our dog breed, but we got fans out there with Labradors. We got fans out there with Aussies. You know, we want to make sure everybody feel welcome. You know, no segregation. None of that. We don't believe in that. We like all. All right. So tune in with us. We love you guys. Aaron, thank you. When you're ready for a puppy, please message us. We'll make sure to come and meet you personally. You might be the one we got to come to your door for. We might come all the way to your airport, get in the Uber, and come to your house. So when you get ready for a puppy, just know you get special delivery, all right? One, we out. Love you.